Hi everybody, and welcome to my studio again. Today I'd like to introduce you to my little flock of Jacob's sheep who are inspirational for me. Every year they give me wonderful fleeces which I can turn into marvellous spinning and weaving and knitting and crocheting projects. But today they're just inspiring me to paint a picture with you. So why don't you come along with me into the studio and we'll get started. Okay, so I'm going to draw some sheep first of all, and I'm using a watercolour pencil here. This is a Stettler, something called Carat Aquarelle. It tends to melt rather when you put paint or water next to it, which I think is going to be an interesting feature here. So I have my sheep photos to refer to, and I'm going to do a little composition here of 3 sheep. They have like really quite long noses, don't they? And their eyes are quite set up quite high on the sides of their heads. My sheep always look as if they've had a little bit too much to eat. Although they're Jacobs, they're pretty fat, I think. But then on the other hand, of course, at the moment they're all pregnant, so they would be, wouldn't they? Looking forward to the lambs every year. There we go, there's number 1. And let's have another one at the back here, with her head on one side a little bit. So she's a little bit further back. You can see I put the ground in here. She's standing a bit further back, and then this is Carmen, one of my ewes. I think this is a piece of, I'm hoping anyway, it's a piece of arch paper. I've used the other side of it for something else. I'm on a bit of a economy drive, well, not an economy drive, but I just don't want to waste things, and there's painting on the other side that I'm not particularly in love with, so I'm going to recycle it. Okay, so there we are. 3 of our black sheep. I'll put the sketch on the website. I'm not going to promise it's going to go up tonight because Tamsin's been working in the garden all day today, chopping up branches, shredding them, getting ready for the mulching the paths in the garden prior to the spring arriving, and so she might not feel much like doing scanning and so on today, but we'll do it tomorrow if not tonight. Okay, hang on a second. Just okay, I'm going to do this painting in sepia with some possible hints of raw sienna, burnt sienna, and it's going to be working with the, I'm hoping it's going to be working with the watercolour pencil, which I've used to sketch with. It's a little bit of an experiment. So there's a rough sheet. Let's see what happens. This paper's weird, I don't know how that's going to work out, but anyway. Okay, we will see. This is a number 5 brush. Ruby, lie down. And switching to a slightly bigger brush, and a little bit of a different colour in there, just to the Jacobs are a sort of brown black, and here, this is the exciting bit where I've got the pencil. I can just drag the colour from the pencil up into the body of the sheet to give some texture and shading, and so I'm just going to grab my pencil here and work in some rather fun. Also, you can use ink too, so this becomes a sort of multimedia type of effort. It's even darker. It's fun as well. So. And then on this side, let's have a few loose strokes with the rigger. shadow behind her jawline. Okay. And again here, you can see I didn't put any more paint on there, that's just the pencil. Bleeding up, which is great, and I can then, just what I've got on my brush, I can indicate her fourth leg at the back there. I can grab the pencil again, and as you put the pencil in to the wet, it just melts. It's fantastic. Lots of excitement there. Little nose and mouth and her eyes, and if they don't melt immediately, just drop in a little, wrong brush, a little bit of water to darken them up. There we go. It's very subtle, really cool. Oops, wrong one, didn't want that. Into the sepia. There we are. Okay, switching back to slightly bigger brush and sepia for the sheep's head. I love the random strokes. If you can just bring yourself to dash in there with the brush. I don't know, just relax. You never know what's going to happen. It's almost bound to be good. Well, you can say that. Keep your fingers crossed. It's important with the sheep to give them that centre line, which they have. Going to put a bit more work in here with the pencil before we go in with the brush. No paint, just water. There we go. She needs her little mouth and nose. I love my sheep. They're so cool. And now then, ground for them to stand on. can also dip the pencil into water and paint, sort of paint with the pencil. That dry and see what happens when we come back to it. So there we are, the final painting, and I hope you enjoyed painting along with me this afternoon as we did this little study of 3 of my Jacob's sheep. An interesting technique using just one colour really, sepia paint, but the key thing was the water-soluble pencil that I used to do the sketch with, and which gives us such lovely rich dark tones which emphasize and enhance the shape of the sheep. A fun drawing. And I'd like to thank you again for being here with me today, and if you did enjoy the video, perhaps you would consider giving me a like and maybe even subscribing if you haven't already joined our little happy band of followers. I'm very grateful for everyone who has subscribed and look forward to welcoming many more of you on board as we go on into this interesting and as yet uncharted territory of the future. So for now, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Carmen, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye bye everyone. Bye bye.